So I think the big thing on these walks is going to be not to rush into your trots too quick. It's kind of really get off your walks. And then for this serpentine, I just kind of use all my space. Kind of make a wide turn here so you get a good approach to your bridge. It's really soft, flowy. And then I think on this bridge to your walk here, you know, it's not going to be a hard turn. It's just nice and soft. Kind of, he fell off kind of to the inside, but that's okay. And then I believe your turn is either way. Other way, other way.
What? I got it.
So we're moving our hip right. So he started his back really good, and I think the big thing is just kind of take your time and be soft and flowy here. Some people like to get a little rushy, and then it kind of puts you in a mess you can't quite come out of. And you may walk a step or two. We're trotting out. Really good lope departure. And the big thing here is my advice would be is just stay straight, not cut that corner there so you get a good straight approach to those two blues, and then come off and get a nice straight approach to these trots. And I like to tell all my people, like right here, is I square up the corner and not turn off your third trot pole. Then you lope back off. It's a 3 around your corner, and then you're going to have your 2 stride rule right there. So nice and pretty and soft. And then ideally, I mean, I would tell all my people that we're going to go 4 strides there, so staying out, just keeping your trot consistent, rhythmic, and then just take your time coming off to this lope. Kind of get out, get straight, get a nice straight approach. And then you're going to be a 4 on this corner here. And then I would just really stay out and use all that space to your advantage. And then you have your last trot obstacle. And this obstacle, I think it's just really something you have to stay committed and just keep your rhythm. Like Charlie did it really good. And then to your gait. So tomorrow it's a solid gait. I actually kind of preference a solid gait versus a rope gait. But how Charlie did perfect is he kind of backed up, slid his hand to the back of it so you can push it open for your horse to walk through. And then you're done. Does anybody have any questions? How long is this going to be open? He asked how long this is going to be open.
It'll be open all night, but I'm gonna probably pull the flower boxes and hurdles out probably about 6 after dinner, like that. I'm gonna leave it open with everything in it for a few hours, okay? And then in the morning the walk is 7:30 to 8:15. 7:30 to 8:15 is the one walk, okay? So let me do something. So tomorrow I think there's 71 in it, okay? So we're ready at 24, 48. Okay. I think after the 48 though, I think it's going to be noon time. So I think there's going to be a bigger break between 48, 49, 48, 49. Okay. So I'm just saying, I think there's a gap in there that they're probably going to eat after the second bunch. There's no second walk though, okay? There's only one walk in the morning, don't walk early, okay? So I'm going to say this first 24 break, second 24 big break, lunch, then come back to the 24 to shoot out 10, and then another walk for level 1, and then we'll do your class.
Okay. Anybody else? Any questions before we wrap it up? Yes?
looks and looks down, but she doesn't like to just be, I don't know, as close, this far off the log. She likes to be heading down and just watch where she's going and go sort of smell where she's going, so to speak.
Yeah, I would say preference-wise, you kind of want to work on just kind of having them look down, kind of at their walks to kind of see where they're going.
So let's do this. Let's ask Charlie, because he's going to do the trail in December, right? So let's ask him what, because he's the one that's going to talk to the judges in December. So
I didn't hear the question though.
Yeah, like how far to look different with us.
Ride it again? Yeah. Just for the path's sake? Just for the path's sake? Okay. Yep. Perfect.
It's the horse that walks over and just is looking over there, or his ears are back, that just could really care less. They're probably just going to get zeroed on.
So if it's just, it's walking and okay, there's not a mixed expression. I'm seeing this, okay, ears are up, but it actually moves towards the obstacle to verify what it is, so to speak. But
They want to run it through one more time just so everyone can see the path one last time.
I don't think, I think either could be rewarded. I personally, I have one horse that doesn't like to look at the poles really at all, but not with her nose, but she looks with her ears. I make him really look at it and look deep at it, and he likes to. He's a spooky horse, so he's always like real attentive. But either could be plus. It's just a different kind of expression.
Do you not think that there's a point where it's artificial? Right?
Yeah.
Right? There's a point we're saying that we force our horses to look down like an artificial look, right? But like we can see if you have the ears and eyes on the drop, you can tell that they're looking at it and not just dropping because they don't want to get hit in the head or something like that. But you know what I'm saying? There's an artificial down.
It is a fault if you touch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a
tag,
5.
You tag off, yeah.
But you never see someone touching them.
Oh yeah, for sure. One, half one.
Oh, I think with the rider.
So like if you're like in your walkovers, he actually touches his first pole with his nose. Is that a fault or not?
I've seen a horse touch it and like put their teeth on it, their lips on
No,
it.
and I just mean
If
like
they just touch it, probably not. It might hurt the maneuver a little though. I would rather a horse
It
not
depends how
touch it.
severe they touch it. I mean, I think they go down there and bite it, right? For sure, you're going to go after them, for sure. But,
If you like sniff it, I don't think it's a problem.
and so, you gotta
Charlie,
see it.
they want you to do the pattern one more time just to see the
Like, I
path.
think if
To see
you
what?
see
The
it,
path.
I think you're probably gonna
Back.
get it.
I'll try to do the back right.
If you're not sure, you gotta kind of see stuff too, Sure.
Okay, Charlie's going to run through it one more time so everyone has their path. Where are we going?
Tim the Trailman here for the Professional Horseman Ride the Pattern. Okay, so today what I'm doing for the level 1 amateur and level 1 select class is I'm going to walk the course for you. I'm going to walk it like I walk the judges. I might give you a couple tips I would coach someone on this pattern, and then we'll let Ashley Dunbar here behind us ride the pattern for us and demo it for us. So first of all, we'll come to the beginning. And usually I'll have 2 markers here. I'll have 2 markers here, cones, plants. You know, the other horse will be finishing their pattern here, so I'll try to keep you out of the way. If it's me coaching here, usually I like to be about 6 foot or 3 steps prior to the first walkover when it's walkovers. So I would like this position here. I would check my judges because they're going to be the ones that are going to flag me to start. Then I really check my horse again before I walk forward. The first thing I always like to do is just get your first motion step. Just get some motion to your walk before you worry about all 4 poles at once. I think walkovers are like stepping stones or like stairways, so it's 1 gap at a time. So you come up to it, approach it. I call it rise and fall, rise and fall, rise and fall, rise and fall. It takes you 3 landings past the last pole before the last hind leg is over the pole, so don't quit riding early. Then the next thing you do is you establish a jog. I call it trail trotting, where you find this up and down trail trot. I think my preference would be to get this pole on the right foot if you can. Then an odd number of steps will get you on the next foot to the left. Then I would probably open the loop up a little bit. And I'm opening this up a little bit so I get a better angle to the bridge. If you try to keep slicing it, you're going to run that direction and you won't get a very good approach to the bridge. So I would open up the door a little bit, probably get to the tip of this pole here, cover this first pole here. You're allowed to stop or break to a walk. Again, you know, if you're making it look right, I'd probably just break to the walk if I could. And I'm looking for like 3-4 steps before the bridge. Preference, if I'm showing this, I like 3 on the bridge, 3 off the bridge, and then get into the chute. So I'd get here, just because the bridge is 6 foot, that's why I like the 3 steps. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, it takes you 3 steps to get over this pole. 1, 2, 3, and get into the chute. Since the chute's 10 foot, I try to look for the center of this 10 foot, which is probably right here, okay? You know, you're going to side pass to your right beyond this white cone, then side backs to the left. So you need to look organized here, okay? And you're trying to get a good footfall. Step together, step together, step together. Whoa. Get situated and come back. Step together, step together, step together. Close. Now, when I'm coaching someone, the thing I think about is where's the center of that gap? And it becomes this stripe right here. So when I come back, the thing I'm referencing is that stripe on the end, because that would probably bring me straight to the back. So we'll back the corner, we'll back in the second chute. Usually I'll tell the judges that the stirrup should be to the center stripe. That's kind of like where I'll stop from. Maybe because I need a jog, I'll probably back a little further. Maybe I'll take 1 more stripe so I'll have a chance to pick up the walk and then establish that jog. It's not like a burst to get out here, okay? You're just trying to be polite. You're trying to get motion. You're trying to get the first walk step. Establish a trail trot, shake, shake, up and down trail trot. First, cover this 1 pole. Get over that pole first. If you flash and look too big, you're going to get unorganized real fast, okay? Establish a lope. Establish your line to travel to the board. I would lope. I'd get a good position to the first board. It's 4 landings around the turn. It doesn't have to be, but it ought to be 4. Usually what I do if I'm coaching too is I cut the gap in half. So as I jump this, I think 1, 2, and if I'm under the center of the quadrant, I start coming in. If I feel like I'm high or I'm real low, then I go out. So after jump 2, you should figure out where you're at. And then from here, because the next set of poles is that middle set of blue poles over there, you really got to concentrate on staying straight, okay? This thing's going to bend you around. It's going to tease you to go in early. You're going to jump, and you're going to preview, and you're going to look down there, and everything's going to tilt to the right. You got to be really solid and go straight for about 3 or 4 jumps. Then make the move to the pole. If you start here, you have a chance to slide in if you need distance. If you need some distance, you gotta come right. If you come in hot at an angle like this, you better be accurate because there's no give. You come straight across the board. Make the approach to the board. Jump, jump. Stay organized. Get your trot, okay? Another thing I learned today, on this one, this is where it's gonna happen. When the horses lope to red, after they get in this area here, they think they ought to break to the jog. We've been taught them lope, trot, lope, trot, lope. So after you lope the 4 boards, if you quit riding in that territory, that horse will help you and break to a trot for you, which you don't want. So I'm just saying, you better keep your energy going through that for those extra strides before you corner here. So when you finally jump these 2 boards here, your horse is gonna, he's gonna relax. So get that trot going on, okay? Find that trail trot. Don't look too far ahead, okay? Stay in the moment. Here, here. Get straight to the board. Stride roll 2. Okay? Be careful. Again, anytime I bend you around these curves, I've got you guys going a direction. And then when you have to straighten up, it's tricky if you don't think about that early. If you think about late and you're like this, you're probably gonna pick up the wrong lead. You're cocked off wrong direction. So as you corner this thing, especially because it's a jog, you get to make kind of a square corner. So when you get on this, you're like this, so you can pick up this lope. Don't come in too angular and super straight. Stride roll 2, get organized, pick up a lope, right lead lope. So this corner's a 3. We like a 3, 1, 2, 3, super straight, 1, 2, 3. Now this distance is real long in here, okay? So if it's me, I think I want to at least lope a couple strides off this board and don't break to the jog that early. I would lope a couple, then trot, come down to a jog. You know, every time I measure anything that bends, it's usually 3 foot off the end of the board, which is the 2nd or 3rd stripe. So this is a normal line right here at 12 foot. So 4 steps in here, 4 steps in here. It's not a stride rule. So I've seen people do this, okay? They jog off this, they look up, they see the blue over there, and then they try to lope, and they're all unorganized. You need to trot, you need to bend out, you need to get yourself away a little bit, but you got to reshape your horse before you lope. Don't lope off that way or you're going to pick up the right lead. You need to get your horse rebent. Get that left lead, get some approach to this 2-pole. Now this seems simple, but it's probably tricky because every time you jump 2, the horse thinks to trot. He's going to jump 2 and think trot. Jump 2, think trot. You better keep riding, or just the moment you look around and you're not focusing on the engine, he's going to break. You got to keep loping across the board. This one's forever. This one is forever. Like I said, if you stay out of ways and you make the turn into the pole, you got some room to play with. But if you come hot this way into it, it's super hard. This plant won't be in your way. Same thing here. You're going to jump, and what's normal is as you're going this way, you want to look back real fast. You need to climb up a little bit, so when you corner and turn, you got runway to come back. The normal person's just going to jump, look, and go. You're going to just turn and go, and you're going to try to lope this last 2 like this, and really puts you in a predicament down there. You need to get some runway here so you can get into that chute, because the hardest part is the next thing coming up. The last piece of the puzzle is that dumb turn down there. Oh, it's straight for you guys. It's straight for you guys. Jump, jump. So what you need to think about is slow your eye down. Okay, level 1, you need to slow your eye down. Slow your eye down. Try not to see all 6 poles at once. In here. Jump, jump. What I do is I cut this in half. I cut this gap in half. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And 2 beyond the last pole. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All the way to the gate. Stop. Open. Try to get this left foot to be the lead leg. Don't let the cows out. Stop, close. Okay? I think it'll be better if just Ashley does it once and shows us on video, okay? I think then it'll make a little bit more sense, okay? So you guys in this corner, I'm gonna back you up a little bit, so let Ashley make that turn. So Ashley Dunbar here, a little trivia, right? Only one of two ladies to ever win the junior and senior in the same year, right? Her and Cynthia Calberry. That's one of my trivia things. So I've been doing this for 26 years, and so I've seen a lot. So we'll let Ashley establish a position. Let me flag you to go, okay? You know, a little tip just for the novices is that if it looks like the pole is going to be adjusted, my guys are walking out, like don't get in your starting position that early, or else you're going to be there for a while. Like I would settle back, and if my guys look like they're not moving, then I would kind of like get closer to where you want to start from. Okay, like so, you know, you guys all want to just be there and ready to go, which I like. But sometimes if there's 2-3 poles that have to be moved, you're going to be there for a minute, and you're not going to like that. Okay? Okay, Ashley, I'm good to go. Thank you. You know, it's one step at a time, one gap at a time. Trying to think slowly, establish your trail trot. Got the right foot on the first pole. Just go wait one more step for that left foot. Probably like the right foot on this one, it's going to be left. Stop or break to a walk. Just get a little motion, let them look at it. Look stable on top of the bridge, look stable going down the bridge, don't hit my plants. So she's going to get 2-3, yep. Just have a plan coming down that bridge, have a plan, okay? And you got to kind of adjust your plan. If he's going big off the bridge, you got to go with the 2 and go. Don't fight for the 3, don't fight for the 3. Let me just tell you, these purple plants look yummy, okay? If I got the purple flowers out in front of you, you better watch out because they look like there's something they want to eat. The yellow ones are the same way. So if you see the yellow ones and the purple ones in your view, you better watch out. I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of horses want to grab for them today. Backing side pass about stability, okay? You're trying to look stable. You gotta act like you own it. And she jogs out. First cover the first pole, get organized, establish the lope. Got her 4, straight across the board. That's probably the hardest move, is going straight for a while, you guys. And then changing from a 3-beat gait to a 2-beat gait. Make sure you're in a 2-beat gait. Make sure your body says 2-beat. Then you gotta go from a 2-beat to a 3-beat gait. Establish it. One gap at a time, rock back. One pole at a time, one gap at a time. Keep loping a little bit, then call it down. So this is a test of patience, okay? You gotta jump the poles, you gotta trot a little bit, then you gotta shape the second turn up. You can't pull the trigger too early. You gotta feel good about it and then go. The hardest one is waiting for these 2 poles and get way down there for those 2 poles, okay? That's the pain in the butt, is to wait for those 2. And every time you clear 2 poles, don't give up on it because they're gonna think break. And then even when you finally break down, don't fall asleep because they could break to the walk if you're not paying attention. Trail trot in, 1-2, 1-2, single, single, up to that gate. Organize your gait. Don't be in a hurry, but look like you can do it. Finish your back, read the pole. She's getting her legs positioned. Get the curl. Keep the door closed a little bit. She hips a little bit out, but I'll take it back in. Get organized and close. Okay? Anyone have any questions in the field on the level 1 amateur pattern, level 1 select? Okay, so again, we're going to thank you. I'm going to move the course around. We'll do the level 3 pattern. Eugene, thank you very much.